What is up guys, it's your favourite Scotsman Ryan here. In this past few days I have been in Germany in Berlin for IFA, and while I was there I attended the Huawei press conference where they unveiled some pretty dope products. The first of which is a tablet that I hope you will see very soon, and the other two are their new phones aimed at the mid-tier, the Huawei Nova and Huawei Nova Plus. So while they are both aimed at the mid-tier market, they definitely bring along some flagship qualities. So today we are going to unbox and take our first look at the Huawei Nova, which of course is the smaller version of the two. So let's jump in and take a look. So starting with the box, we have this purple hologram that says Huawei Nova on the side, and up top it says Huawei Design, and that's really about all. So let's go ahead and open it up. I really love the presentation here, as it's definitely a different unboxing experience to other devices that I have owned, as the Huawei Nova is sitting vertical in the box. So let's go ahead and put it to one side and see what else we have. Underneath there are two more boxes, one that contains your SIM ejector tool, wall adapter and USB-C cable, which did surprise me as you don't often see USB-C on many mid-range handsets. The other box contains all the literature that you are ever going to need, but I am not even going to open or read it. So before we take a closer look at the Nova, let's get the specs and pricing out of the way first. So we have a 5-inch 1080p IPS panel, a Qualcomm 625 processor with 3GB of RAM, 32GB of onboard storage with micro SD card support, 12MP rear camera and 8MP front facing camera, and a 3020mAh battery, and this will set you back €399. So as you can tell already, we have some pretty decent specs for the price tag, but what about the build quality? Well, Huawei have been making some lovely handsets like the Nexus and P9, and the Nova continues that super premium trend and looks exactly like a shrunken down 6P, which is certainly no bad thing in my opinion, as that was one gorgeous handset. So we have that full metal frame and sleek glass panel up top, which will vary in colour depending on what model you choose. On the sides we have those beautiful chamfered edges and solid tactile buttons that give such a satisfying feedback when pressing them, and if we take a closer look at the power button, you will see it has a red border just like we've seen on the P9 Plus, which I guess will make it easier to distinguish for some. On the bottom you will find the USB Type-C port along with the drilled out grille that houses the speaker and microphone. On the left is where you will find the SIM card plus micro SD card slot, or you can use dual SIMs, and up top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack and a noise cancelling microphone. Overall, the build quality is definitely reminiscent of a flagship device and feels great in the hand, especially with its compact size and rounded off edges on the rear. Speaking of the rear, this is where you will find the fingerprint scanner, and just like any other Huawei device, it is super fast, so we have no issues here. So the 1080 IPS panel is covered by 2.5D glass, and honestly it doesn't look too terrible at all. I know we are spoiled by 1440p displays these days, but consuming content on this was no issue at all. The viewing angles are good, and viewing in direct sunlight isn't the worst experience either. Overall, it's a decent display that most will have no issues with. Software wise, you won't notice any difference if you have used Huawei's Emotion UI before, but things are definitely very smooth and fluid. But with no app drawer and a more iOS experience than Android, you will have to resort to utilising folders if you have loads of applications. The notification shade is where you will find all the quick toggles, and the menu layout is just the same as ever, and just in case anyone is wondering, we do have Android Marshmallow hiding in here. One change that I did notice however that we haven't seen on Emotion UI yet is that if you flip the phone horizontal, the UI changes accordingly, which I think is a nice touch. Overall, the software is smooth and fluid, but if you prefer stock Android like myself, then you will have to go ahead and install a launcher, which really isn't a huge deal. So taking a quick look at the camera, I was very impressed with the software. We do have all the usual beauty and makeup modes etc for the selfie lovers out there, but it definitely takes a great picture, and you can dive deeper into the settings if you are more experienced and use pro modes. In terms of video, the Nova can shoot up to 4K, but there is no stabilisation, so you will need a steady hand or a tripod to get the best experience. The front facing camera is equally as impressive as the rear, but for someone who hates selfies like me, I'll let you be the judge. Okay, so let's wrap this up. The Huawei Nova is aimed at the mid-tier market, but it does bring some flagship features along with it, especially the build quality, which is absolutely solid and stunning. On launch there are 3 colours you can choose from: titanium grey, moonlight silver and prestige gold, and my favourite is definitely the grey. I'm definitely impressed with the Nova so far, but obviously I will have to use the device at least for another 3 weeks or so just to get to full grips with it before delivering my full review, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you have any questions about the Nova that you would like answered meantime, just let me know down below and I will definitely get back to you. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, stay safe, be kind to each other, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace!